Starting off a new week, the goals this week are pretty clear. They are three still, but the thing about it though is I feel like I have an overarching goal, and that's to make sure I complete all three of these goals. I spent last night kind of working on ensuring that the goals that I set for myself this week are going to be attainable and not doing something that I feel like is going to be overly ambitious that I know I won't complete, because as I said in last week's video, I don't want to create a habit of not completing goals. The habit needs to be to complete the goals. All right. That's the whole purpose of them. So this week, I'm just getting started as far as filming goes. I'm on a break at work. This morning was a little hectic because I did end up doing my research that I needed to do for this project, and I was able to implement that stuff throughout the morning. So I'm kind of caught up right now in regards to what needed to be fixed, but obviously there's still more to do throughout the day as I work. But I wanted to take time to go ahead and kind of get this week's vlogs going. So basically for this week, there are three goals. Goal one is to finish recording the song that we were supposed to record last week and didn't. And when I say finished, done for that looks like it's completely done. Like it's in a format where I can literally submit it off to TuneCore, right? And then goal two is going to be to do the same with the song that we wrote last week. So therefore that should be two songs by the end of this week that we'll have that are fully submitted into TuneCore. That's what done looks like for those two goals, right? Goal three is going to be to write another song. And what done looks like for that is the song is fully ready to be recorded. So those are the three goals. And again, the overarching goal this week is just to ensure that I meet all these three goals. No more slacking off. I have to find a way to avoid distractions. I have to find a way to just really lock in this week. And I know I'm capable of doing it. It's just, again, sometimes work gets in the way. But that's never an excuse, though. Again, I think if you want something bad enough, you have to find a way around it. So what I've decided to do is, despite the fact that I know I'm doing 3 workouts a day, if I am behind in any way, then my sleep schedule is just going to have to suffer a little bit. Just being completely honest with you. And that's going to be my approach. I believe that by knowing that I'm going to miss out on sleep, it's going to encourage and motivate me to not slack off in any kind of way and just really lock in.
You know where we at? Yeah.
So it's gonna be one of those rainy, gloomy days, but can't be deterred from it. And I think that's one of the things that I like, which is why I'm happy that I installed this 5K light, because during times like this, I think it's really easy, especially when you're working from home, it's super easy for you to get sleepy and just not want to do anything for the day. But with this light, I feel very active. And I could just be saying that right now because I had coffee this morning. We'll see how things go. And if I start to feel like I'm just not in it anymore, which I have to find a way to kind of break that. But anyway, so yesterday I didn't end up recording the song. Instead, I did take some time to kind of make some short form, because one of the things about being a recording artist, specifically independent, is in this day and age, it's all about short form content, like a lot of short form content. So I checked the analytics for the ads that we're running for the new release, and they're actually doing really good. Those ads are doing really good. I'm actually in like the low 30 cent CP, click per whatever, click CPC, click per conversion. So the ads are doing good. I did turn off some of them that weren't doing really good, so save money on those, but I have ads that are doing actually really good. So I'm not going to touch the ad campaign besides turning off some of those ads that weren't really doing much. But the song was doing really well right now, so I'm letting that run its course. But at the same time, we got to do our part with short form content. So I worked on some of that. So I have some videos that are going to be lined up for today and tomorrow. I still need to do some more though, because I feel like I'm just not posting enough, and I'm not being as creative as I think I want to be, or I need to try and be. So that's something we're going to work at today. However, though, today, I think today is going to be a little easier. So this project is still going on at work. It's probably going to be going on for several more weeks, but at least we're getting to a point where things are kind of understood better, and the processes are kind of laid out in a way where it isn't so stressful, you know? And I think that's what's going to help us to be able to have the mental capacity to do the things that we need to do in the evenings, as far as actually recording and getting some of these songs done. So what today is going to look like is work, gym, and then I actually don't know. I haven't decided yet, but as far as the goals go, we're still 0 for 3, but it is just Tuesday, so we still got plenty of time. But again, we want to front load majority of the work. So today, I believe I'm going to try and actually get a song recorded. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's basically where we are.
Yeah. Started with me, just a young nigga with dreams. I hardly would call that a scheme. Look where we at, keeping the vision was key. I do what I do for my team. My niggas are strapped, fuck what you won't be for me. My hitters be chasing collapse. If you come in with fuck shit, just know it's a trap. Looking for smoke, then you know where we at. They slow to react. Damn, I hate wasting my time. I'm canceling shit if it doesn't align. I'm watching these niggas give up in they prime. Can't sell me a script cause I write my own lines. I'm streaming it live, no cuts and no edits. Just all BTS, put my name in the credits. The way that I act, there's no way to forget it. If I do a trendy, you know that I said. Know where we at? Might have to struggle sometime on keeping the vision alive. Know where we at? Made it a couple of times, but nigga, we still on the...
So it's Friday, and started everything exactly how I planned. Even though I didn't have to work today, still got up at 4, and I'm still working right now to do my morning routine. So the first thing that I've done today is kind of go through my analytics, which things are still going really well with the song overall. I feel like the ad campaign we ran is really good. It actually dropped into, I think it's like 29% CPC, which is really, really good. I ended up turning off some ads that didn't work, which I think that's kind of the good thing. It's kind of like throwing darts at a dartboard, right? So you throw a bunch of darts at a dartboard and see which ones are going to stick. So in total, I had 15. Right now, I'm down to 4. So there's 4 ads that are actually still really doing good. So those are the 4 that are running, and those are the 4 that are getting the cost per click down. So that's a good thing. So right now, what I got planned is I'm going to finish doing some research, or I think what I'm going to do right now is to work on some more short form content, because it's good to have that organic reach as well. But from there, I got to go get my hair cut. Then I'm going to go to the DMV because I have to renew tags for 2 of the vehicles. And then, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I got to go return that shifter. Which that's annoying. That situation with that shifter is annoying because generally, you know, when you order from companies, they have free shipping. And don't get me wrong, because I know it sounds privileged as hell. I know it does. But basically, I have to pay $40 to return this thing, which is kind of crazy to me. Because in my head, for one, this thing only weighs a pound. And I'm pretty sure whenever you get the label through the company, because I got it through Late Model Restorations, when you get the label through them, maybe they just have like a flat rate across the board. But I mean, this is just a tiny box. There's nothing crazy. So I don't understand why it's $40 just to return it to Texas. Makes no sense to me, but whatever. Anyway, so I got to go return that too. So I got to go return that today. And then when I get back, we're going to work on content, and we're actually going to get some recording done today. They are going to record the podcast today, but I still think I should be able to get plenty of recording done. Hopefully record both of the songs that I have banked right now. And then once I get those 2 things recorded, I will work on mixing and mastering them and getting those finished off. So that will give us our 2 for 3, and then obviously write the new song. But again, so far, so good. Because I have these 3 days off from work, I think that this is going to make things a lot easier. And then also, too, I remembered something, okay? So when I was younger, my mom was very active with us, right? Well, I know she was active with me. I can't speak for the other siblings because I feel like she was active with my other siblings, but at the same time, obviously, everybody has their own perspective. They may not perceive it that way. But I feel like she was very involved in teaching me and helping me to grow in the way that I wanted to grow. And that's the thing I appreciate about her, is because I think as a parent, it's important to know that every child is different and to try to model the way you teach them based on what works for them, right? And she nailed it with me. Again, just speaking for myself, I feel like she nailed it with me. And being younger, one of the things she would teach me all the time is, one, when someone else is speaking, you look them in the eye and you communicate and you give them your full undivided attention, right? That was one. Second thing was to have patience, right? Which that's something that as time has gone, I've slacked off on my patience. But the other thing is just to be present in the moment. And I realized that it was those teachings that really helped me to be successful earlier on in my life, especially when I got into my teens. You know, obviously I graduated early, so therefore I got out early. I moved out at 19, bought a house at 21. Like that's the pace at which it went. But I believe it was because of that presence. Because I remember when I was young, especially going through junior college and then going through the 4-year university that I went to, I realized that I had a couple perspectives. One was just get things done. I'd rather get things done on the front end so I can chill on the back end. That was one, right? The other thing was no matter what the situation was, I didn't stress about homework assignments. I didn't stress about exams, that sort of thing, speeches, whenever I had speeches to do for certain projects and stuff, because my mentality was this: I don't know how, but I know when the moment comes, I'm going to have everything that I need in order to be successful in that. That was just my mentality. And honestly, it goes into presence power, because when you're present in the moment, I feel that spirit just, I feel that you tap in, like you tap into that spiritual energy and you're just able to pull out some amazing stuff. And I think that's where that whole mentality comes from me too, because I think I've mentioned it before, how I don't know why, but it's like whenever I'm pressed against a wall or I need to get something done in a short amount of time, I just start pulling out some magical shit. I don't know how it happens, but some stuff happens. Like I'm able to get things done. And I think it's because when you just focus intently into your presence power, I do think that you can achieve a lot more. So this is something that I feel like that I have not done as much as I should be. Because again, I think as I've gotten older, I've developed some bad habits and yeah. So I'm going to work on fixing that today, actually. And so that's part of my training as well today and what I'm doing.
Credits the way that I act, there's no way to forget it. If I do a trendy, you know that I know where we at. Might have to struggle sometime on keeping the vision alive. You know where we at. Made it a couple of times, but nigga, we still on the climb. You know where we at. Dare you to step out of line. You know that I'm all about mine. You know where we at. When you embracing the grind, you gotta take that as a sign. You know where we at. I like embracing the challenge and writing out checks just so budgets get balanced. The way I cook up, you can say it's astounding, but I think.
Let's see if this thing is working, but it might not be. Damn it, I forgot. I need a tag number or something. I don't freaking know. Forgot my phone. We're just getting a tag, so. Ah, damn. So I got my haircut and I just stopped by the DMV to get the tags for the Mustang and the RX. Dude, it's crazy because I feel like last time they were not this expensive. I don't know why they got more expensive. I ended up, let's see. Yeah, I changed the address because we have two houses in this city, in this one city, and I changed the address. And I don't know if that has something to do with it, but basically for both tags, I spent almost $800, which I think last year I spent like $600. So I don't know what the hell is the difference. But this place is closed. The DMV is closed, but luckily they have a machine outside that was able to process it. So we got that done.
Some niggas get stuck in the dumbest positions. I stay on the gas, I'm just truly persistent. Most of them will never see this kind of. Know where we at? Might have to struggle sometime on keeping the vision alive. Know where we at? Made it a couple of times, but nigga, we still on the climb. Know where we at? Dare you to step out of line. You know that I'm all about mine. Know where we at? When you embracing the grind, you gotta take that as a sign. You know where we at? You know where we at?
Sometimes. All right, so it's Saturday. It's about 9:12 right now. I just wrapped up writing the new song. So therefore, as of right now, we are 1 out of 3 for the goals that we have for this week. So I currently have 3 demos banked right now, which is good, but still not where we want to be. Because again, we want to be at our catalog having 30 songs by the end of the year. So we still got to kind of crank it up a bit, but we're ahead, which is a lot better than we normally are. So we got 3 demos banked right now. And the key is Sunday, tomorrow. It's all about recording, because in order for us to get 3 out of 3 on what I'm trying to do, at least, I need to record at least 2 of these songs, because I said I'll have 2 fully completed. So that's recorded, mixed, and mastered. The good thing is one of the songs that's banked, the instrumental is basically done. So I don't need to do too much more production work on it. But the second one, I don't know, it might need some help. So we're going to see. Hopefully that doesn't take up too much time. But I am determined to get 3 out of 3 this week. So it's Sunday morning and I started the day around like 7 a.m. I generally do like an hour where I drink coffee and just kind of catch up on everything that's going on, like as far as the stats of the songs and stuff like that goes, and just everyday life stuff, you know, just to kind of wind myself up for the morning. So I'm finally getting started, and kind of where we left off yesterday, we left off with one of the new songs being written. So we now have 3 demos in the bank. I am gonna only work on completing 2 of the songs though, because that was the goal. So right now, again, 1 out of 3, but we need to complete 2 songs as far as recording, mixing, and mastering today. I feel good about that. I think that it's possible. I don't foresee any reason why we shouldn't be able to make it happen. My wife is actively editing the podcast stuff though, so we're gonna kind of overlap in our usage of the studio. However, though, what I plan on doing in the meantime while she's working on that, which should take about 2 hours max, I'm gonna work on doing research, because here was my thought process. When I was young, another story about when I was young. When I was young, music was always my first thing, right? I started performing music or getting into talent shows, that sort of thing, at about 6 years old. And from there, I just always enjoyed it, performing. I've always enjoyed just good music. I even was writing songs around this age. Me and my cousin were. That's something I've always done. But at the same time, I always took an interest in filmmaking as well, too. Like, I always enjoyed producing and writing. I would write plays and that sort of thing as a kid, and we performed them with my cousins. And so it was something that I always just enjoyed doing. But I feel like it always kind of went back to just me liking writing in general, because obviously, like I said, I wrote songs too. So it kind of, those two intertwined. With that though, when I first started college, that is what I went in for, because again, I wanted a plan B. In case the music didn't work as fast as I wanted to, I wanted a plan B, and the plan B was to actually do filmmaking and photography. But obviously I realized, okay, yeah, I don't feel like I need to go to school for this. So what I ended up doing is I ended up switching to computer science, which was also something that I really enjoyed doing. So that's how that came about. But anyway, the point is though, I feel like that's something that I need to kind of lock in on too, because although I am happy that I'm putting in more effort into actually making music, because obviously those are the actual products that are being listened to. I mean, it's what makes you an artist, is to produce music. Despite that though, it's not the only thing that needs to happen. I mean, also too, you need to build like a social media presence. And I definitely can say that I feel like I've struggled a bit when it comes to where I want to be in that space, or the type of content that I want to make for social media. And that's something I feel like I need to stop. But I'm curious if I can kind of intertwine my love or creativity in filmmaking or producing videos, right, into the my social media content. To be able to produce some cool edits, that sort of thing that people will enjoy. And right now I'm going to do some research on that, because I need to figure out some various formats, because I don't really have any ideas right now. So I want to look for inspiration. Okay, so we got something new. All right. So what we're doing right now with the podcast is we're going to end up having guests. And with that, the current setup that I'm using in here is my SSL2, my SSL MK2. The problem with it though is it only has 2 inputs, and we need more than 2. So what I did is I got a new one, and I'm still going to keep that one, because I don't know if we ever decide to separate the studios, do the podcast in another room, this one can go in there. But we ended up getting something new. This one is the SSL 12. So it has 12 inputs. Damn, that box cut me, bro. It has 12 inputs and 8 outputs. So it's going to allow us to host the other microphones and that sort of thing. So that's going to be cool. And with it, though, it came with some free stuff, right? So it came with this SSL recording pack. And I don't know how good any of this stuff is. I've done no research when it comes to it at all. I like the idea of these headphones though, because this will be good to do like a different reference, like as far as a mixed reference, The microphone, I don't know how well that is though. And obviously I probably will not end up using it. But yeah, we got some new goodies here. I actually don't hate the way this looks, to be honest with you. I don't hate the way that microphone looks. So that's pretty cool. But these headphones are what I'm really interested in. So right now what I got to do is I got to watch the podcast episode, because you just got done doing all the edits for it, just to, second set of eyes, that sort of thing. And then from there, what will end up happening is we'll get it bounced down, and then we'll actually get to recording. It's 2 p.m. right now. I've been doing a ton of research on stuff, and mainly what I've been researching is this short form content strategy idea. I found some things that I think are going to help me with my overall strategy for creating short form videos. We're going to see. But that's been kind of the primary focus of this morning, has been trying to figure out my overall strategy. I'm still confident I can get those 2 songs done today though, because it's still pretty early.
You know where we at? Yeah. Started with me, just a young nigga with dreams. I hardly would call that a scheme. Look where we at, keeping the vision was key. I do what I do for my team. My niggas are strapped, fuck what you won't be for me. My hitters be chasing collapse. If you coming with fuck shit, just know it's a trap. Looking for smoke, then you know where we at. They slow to react. Damn, I hate wasting my time. I'm canceling shit if it doesn't align. I'm watching these niggas give up in they prime. Can't sell me a script cause I write my own lines. I'm streaming it live, no cuts and no edits. Just all BTS, put my name in the credits. The way that I act, there's no way to forget it. If I do a trendy, you know that I said where we at. Might have to